Liu Yuning was standing on the stage during a rehearsal for the Jiangsu television Lunar New Year Gala, when a single, unexpected voice from the audience made him stop completely, hesitate for a fraction of a second, and then blush under the stage lights. It was not a performance moment. There was no music playing, no choreography, no cue from the director. It happened during a pause, the kind of pause that usually passes unnoticed, when performers loosen their posture slightly and stop thinking about how they look on camera. The moment lasted less than 50 seconds, yet it captured something rare, an instant when experience, preparation, and professional instinct all lagged behind genuine human reaction. On January 19, 2026, Liu Yuning took part in a full rehearsal for the Jiangsu television Lunar New Year Gala. Like many artists involved in large-scale year-end programs, he had been through countless rehearsals before. The environment was familiar: bright stage lights, a spacious venue, production staff moving quietly around the edges, cameras positioned to capture angles for later reference. Liu Yuning appeared on stage dressed entirely in red, a deliberate choice in keeping with the Lunar New Year atmosphere. He wore a red coat layered over matching clothing beneath, and even the microphone in his hand matched the color scheme. Under the warm lighting, the red stood out clearly, reinforcing the festive tone of the program. At nearly 190 centimeters tall, Liu Yuning naturally commanded attention on stage, even when he was not performing. His posture reflected years of experience, upright but relaxed, confident without being stiff. This was not a live broadcast, and the absence of that pressure was visible in the way he stood and moved. He was waiting for the next rehearsal segment, waiting for instructions from the production team, waiting in that quiet, in-between moment that usually has no lasting impact. His gaze drifted casually toward the audience. He was not actively engaging, not trying to draw attention. He was simply present, occupying the space while the rehearsal transitioned. Then a voice from the audience broke the calm. "You're so handsome!" It was a compliment Liu Yuning had heard countless times throughout his career. It didn't surprise him. His response came naturally, without thought, a slight smile, polite and understated. It was the kind of reaction performers develop instinctively after years of standing in front of crowds. The atmosphere remained relaxed. Nothing seemed unusual. No one expected anything more to happen. But then, almost immediately, another voice rose from the audience. "I love you." The words were clear. They were loud enough to carry across the venue. There was no mistaking what had been said. And in that instant, Liu Yuning froze. For a few seconds, he did nothing. He did not speak. He did not respond with humor. He did not smile right away. His eyes shifted toward the audience, then moved slightly to the side, as if checking whether the moment was real or if he had misheard. His brows drew together just a little, subtle but noticeable. It was the expression of someone genuinely surprised, not someone playing a role. Then he lowered his head. It was not a stage gesture. It was not calculated. It was instinctive. The corners of his mouth lifted again, but this time he pressed his lips together, clearly trying to regain control of his expression. His shoulders moved slightly, betraying the effort it took to hold back a laugh. For a brief moment, it seemed as though he might succeed. He didn't. Liu Yuning raised his hand and covered his face. And then he laughed. It wasn't loud or exaggerated. It was the kind of laugh that escapes when composure slips, when surprise overrides preparation. Under the stage lights, the color of his ears and cheeks deepened visibly. The red of his outfit blended seamlessly with the flush spreading across his face, creating a visual that was both striking and unexpectedly warm. The cameras continued to record. There was no cut, no interruption, no attempt to redirect the scene. Everything unfolded naturally, without pause or adjustment. What captured viewers' attention later was not the shout itself, but what followed. Liu Yuning did not turn the moment into a performance. He did not joke his way through it. He did not exaggerate his response or attempt to steer the attention elsewhere. Instead, he reacted exactly as he felt in that moment. For a brief instant, he turned slightly toward a nearby staff member, half smiling, half embarrassed, as if silently asking whether that had really just happened. The glance was quick, almost easy to miss, but it added another layer of authenticity. It was not a rehearsed reaction. It was not calculated. It was human. The incident occurred entirely during rehearsal, not during the official Lunar New Year Gala broadcast. It took place during a transitional moment, when performers often remain on stage while waiting for cues or adjustments. After laughing and regaining composure, Liu Yuning returned to a neutral posture and continued following the rehearsal schedule. There was no delay, no disruption, no special attention drawn at the venue. The rehearsal moved on smoothly, exactly as planned, but the footage did not remain confined to the rehearsal hall. Once the clip appeared online, it began circulating rapidly across social media platforms. Viewers did not focus on the content of the shout itself. Instead, they focused on Liu Yuning's reaction. They replayed the pause. They watched the moment of confusion. They noticed the slight furrow of his brow. They replayed the instant he lowered his head. They focused on the moment he covered his face and laughed. Many viewers slowed the video down, frame by frame, just to observe the subtle changes in his expression. Short clips and edits appeared quickly, each highlighting a different detail of the same sequence. Despite the variations, the reaction from viewers was largely consistent. This felt real. Comments described the moment as natural, relatable, and unexpectedly touching. Some viewers remarked that it felt like witnessing a private reaction that had accidentally been shared. Others noted how rare it was to see a performer caught completely off guard without immediately managing the situation. What stood out most to many people was what Liu Yuning chose not to do. He did not prolong the interaction. He did not comment on it. He did not attempt to turn it into a memorable exchange. He allowed the moment to pass. In the context of Lunar New Year programming, where performances are often planned meticulously and images are carefully curated, the simplicity of this unscripted moment stood out. It did not disrupt the rehearsal. It did not overshadow the event. It simply existed, brief and genuine. As the Lunar New Year Gala approaches, audiences will see performances that are more elaborate, more choreographed, and more visually impressive. There will be grand stages, carefully timed lighting, and polished presentations designed to leave a lasting impression. Yet for many viewers, this short clip from a rehearsal has already become one of the most memorable moments of the season, because it captured something preparation cannot manufacture. It captured a moment when instinct came before image, when emotion surfaced before control, and when an artist, accustomed to standing under bright lights, was briefly caught without the shield of performance. Liu Yuning did not intend to create a memorable moment that day. He was simply standing on stage, waiting for the next rehearsal cue. But in less than a minute, he reminded audiences that behind every polished stage image is a real person capable of being surprised, embarrassed, and amused. And sometimes those moments are the ones people remember longest. Not because they were dramatic, not because they were planned, but because they were real.